Where to begin? Where to begin? Just to get this, just to get the ball rolling on this, it's bad enough that, we're dealing with all the injuries. We're dealing with all the injuries. We're dealing with an AHL goalie in that, who, by the way, it wasn't really his fault today they lost. I actually thought he played all right, considering they lost 3-0. Shut out for the second game. It was bad enough going into this game that we were dealing with all of that, right? We're dealing with a depleted blue line. No Will Borgen, no Jacob Bryson, no Jake McCabe. It's bad enough. Jack Eichel's clearly hurt. All of this stuff makes this whole thing bad enough. So you cut to the coach, right? We cut to the coach. Knowing all these things, you got to put the best lineup available to you to win a hockey game. The best possible lineup. So to justify criticizing the coach, let's start with, how about Jeff Skinner once again being on the fourth line with Riley Sheehan and Curtis Lazar? All right, let's start there. Second, how about, Kyle Okposo on your second line? Are you kidding me? Okposo on the second line. You've been giving, there's so much justification to criticize this coach, and he makes it easier and easier every time. Every single game, you need to come out with points. It's just so mind-blowing that, I know the onus has to be on the players, right? The onus absolutely has to be on the players, without a doubt, right? You need the players to show up night in and night out, no matter what. But when you have a coach who, by the way, for those who didn't know, has been running a soccer team in Southampton for almost a decade, was away from the game of hockey for almost a decade before last season. All right? That's the guy you hire to be your head coach. And he comes in with all the fancy Sean McDermott, Brian and Bean buzzwords, accountability, principles, just all of it. Probably got Kim and Terry feeling real good. It's this might be the guy. This might be the guy. What more justification you need to tell you that this isn't the guy? That this clear as day isn't the guy. And everybody knows me. I want nothing to do with ownership having their fingers in the pot, meddling with things, right? I want nothing to do with that. But when you are Terry Pegula, all right, when you are Terry Pegula and you take a step back and you sit, wow, my team sucks. They suck. And they shouldn't suck because you went and you signed Taylor Hall. You went and you traded for Eric Stahl. You got a penalty kill specialist in Tobias Reeder on this team who has helped improve the penalty kill immensely. You have the number one power play in the entire league. And even Cody Eakin, I get the analytics don't say he's the greatest of players, but he's a serviceable third line center. He's serviceable. And the one thing you're expected to do, the one thing is, without a doubt, you're going to score more goals, right? There's no way this team that has all these first round draft picks, all these top overall picks, these top 5 picks on this team, there's no way this team there's no way this team's not going to score, right? There's no way they're just not going to have, that they're going to have problems scoring, right? Wrong. Apparently, Ralph Krueger's principle, his game plan, is absolutely neutering the one great thing that was supposed to be about this hockey team, the ability to put the puck in the net. Jack Eichel hasn't scored in 9 games. Granted, again, he's injured, clearly. Taylor Hall, when's the last time that guy scored? Was it the first game of the freaking season? Eric Stahl is just going through the motions out there. Olofsson only scores on the power play. And we continuously put Jeff Skinner down on the bottom line. For what reason? If this guy is such an analytics guru, if he lives and dies by that, then what about his analytics 5-on-5 tell you that he should be playing with Curtis Lazar and Riley Sheehan? And what I tell about Kyle Okposo's analytics tells you he should be on the second line. He's a slug with Taylor Hall and Eric Stahl. What about all that makes you think that is the right move? What more? Like, I just don't understand it. He has neutered the one. He's not just neutered this hockey team and the one thing they were supposed to be good at, right? He is literally cleanly cut off our nuts, cleanly cut off our balls. The fan base, it has never been this depressing. I thought it was bad last year. This is so depressing. And you can take all your buzzwords, Ralph Krueger, all your buzzwords about staying within the principle of the system, about being accountable. You can take them all and shove it. Because if the principles of your system is not scoring goals, you're hitting a home run every game. Because to literally get shut out for a second game in a row, like, it's embarrassing. Like, I don't mean to channel my inner Steve Dangle here, but like, name a bigger joke in the National Hockey League right now than the Buffalo Sabres. Name one. I dare anybody in the chat, name a bigger joke in the National Hockey League than the Buffalo Sabres. You can't? No. It's gotten to the point where this fan base is legitimately fine with just like negatively criticizing this organization day in and day out. And it's like become a fun thing. It's so depressing. Like, what have you done to my hockey team, Kim and Terry Pagula? And I say Kim first because clearly she wears the pants. Clearly, Terry, you have zero say in this hockey team anymore. You have a woman who literally has no idea what she's doing. Hiring, and I know people are happy with the job Kevin Adams did, but I give that guy no credit for Taylor Hall. I'm sorry, I don't. Taylor Hall wants to get paid. He knew his playing with Jack Eichel is going to get him paid. That's why he came to Buffalo. I highly doubt it had really a ton to do with Ralph Krueger. So stop giving Ralph Krueger credit for that, because I'm sure Taylor Hall's agent goes, hey, buddy, look what he did to Jeff Skinner. Jeff Skinner's getting paid $9 million a season right now because of playing with Jack Eichel. That's where you want to go. You want to go play with Jack Eichel because he's going to get you paid. This had nothing to do with Ralph Krueger. Stop giving him credit for that. It is so depressing. So depressing. How much it's literally the only thing it's just been, we've been neutered as a fan base. We've been neutered as a hockey team. This, like, what happened about it used to be so much fun. Like, there was so many fun things about being a Buffalo Sabres fan. And literally, it's just like it's so depressing, guys. It's become so depressing. And I just don't know how to handle it anymore. Like, even when they were heading to the power play going into the third period, I left my house. I took my dog for a walk. I was convinced right there they were losing at least 3-0, if not more. It's just like, and that's the thing right here for sure. When it comes to ownership, it is the Bills that matter. I'm sorry that you have so much to worry about this offseason between, wanting to bring back Matt Milano or hashtag JJ Watt Watch. Okay, I get that it all matters. Then hire somebody that cares. Hire somebody that will care about the hockey team. Like these hires are just like, they make no sense. How do you justify after that, after the last 2 days, after the last week, 2 weeks, how do you justify not handing Ralph Krueger his walking papers tonight or tomorrow morning? How? How do you justify not firing the man? Like, he took something that was supposed to be so elite. You in the top secret, Jeff Skinner, Taylor Hall, Eric Stahl, Jack Eichel, Sam Reinhart, Victor Olofsson. Just name the top 6 off the top of my head. And you've neutered that. You've literally neutered that. It is insane. And then Dylan Cousins being scratched today? What? He's a young kid. You're telling me he can't handle this workload, but Kyle Okposo can? He's a slug. He doesn't belong in the National Hockey League anymore. Get him off my hockey team. Matt Molson him. Like, the guy 2 weeks ago flat out said after a third period where we recorded 0 shots in a game we were losing 3-1 going into the third, it is what it is. We had a bad period. He wears an A. He makes $6 million a year, and apparently he's there to bring better locker room morale. Clearly that's not the case anymore, and he's just sitting around collecting a paycheck. How about somebody call him out and hold him accountable? Why is he getting more ice time than Jeff Skinner? Like, I just don't understand it. Like, do you guys have an answer? I feel like if we put a poll out before every game, our lineups would be better than that crap that Ralph Krueger's putting together. Like, and he lied. Like, it was proven today that he lied about Jack Eichel's injury during the postgame when Jack was flat out asked, hey, how did you hurt yourself during warm-ups? Like, I didn't hurt myself in warm-ups. I hurt myself in New Jersey. It's like, well, then why did Ralph Krueger tell you what happened in warm-ups? Now he's lying to us and treating us all like we're stupid. Like I get it. Like hockey coaches only go so far in terms of success. Onus has to be on the players. But when the lineup you're putting on the ice is hot garbage, that is on the coach. 100% on the coach. You can't justify to me why tonight Kyle Okposo had more ice time than Jeff Skinner. Yeah, okay, I get that. But, like, what matters more? Winning or losing or that? Like who cares? Like, you touted about all this money you had, all this money you made with the Bills. Bruce Boudreau doesn't have a job. Gallant doesn't have a job. Claude Julien, Stanley Cup winning coach Claude Julien, doesn't have a job. You're telling me you don't think Claude Julien could do a better job getting goals out of this hockey team? Like, look at the type of players, like Claude, look at the type of players Brad Marchand, as much as we all hate him, and Patrice Bergeron are. Like, look how good of hockey players they are. And then they develop to become, and the leaders they are. Could you imagine them, like, what a guy like Claude could do with Jack Eichel? They fired him when they were 9-5. He's just sitting there. And we're going to stick to the guy that talks about principles and holding players accountable. He doesn't even hold himself accountable. He doesn't hold, again, the analytics stuff. It just blows my mind how he bought into that garbage with him in the beginning of the season, but he doesn't follow it when it's clear as day in front of him. You can use the eyeball test to see Kyle Okposo shouldn't be on this team. That should be on the taxi squad. Like, I just don't know anymore, guys. This is wild. This is insane. Like, what happened to my hockey team? You know, what happened here? I want to put a big sign. What happened to my hockey team? I want to have great things to talk about again. When I have kids, like it just doesn't seem there's like any coming back from where we're heading right now as an organization. Like just hire the right people. You got lucky with Bean and McDermott. You got lucky they turned out as well as they did, but you can't figure it out. Maybe it's because you don't have hockey people in place to make those decisions for you. Maybe that's it. And how from the outside looking in, do you not, as any player or free agent this coming offseason, look at this organization and say, yeah, I want to play there? It is so depressing. You literally have two of the pieces when it comes to building a winning hockey team. You have two of the pieces in place right now. You have Jack Eichel and you have Rasmus Dahlin. Two franchise cornerstone players at center and on defense. Two of the hardest things to acquire. Look at Chicago when they had Taves and Kane and Duncan Keith. Like Drew Doughty and Andy Kopitar with LA when they were winning cups. Pittsburgh, like Crosby and Letang. Like, it's just like you have those pieces in place. And we're sitting here just not. I'm all out of, like, don't have answers for this. When does it stop? Like we're like, when I had Steve Daigle on my podcast, you know, he said the night they lost to David Ayers last year, the E-Bug, the Zamboni driver. I'm sorry, I'm out of voice. The night they lost, it wasn't the fact that they lost. It was in that moment he realized his team was either A, not making the playoffs anymore, or B, not going to do anything in the playoffs. And that's where I'm at right now with this team, like officially. That's why this is so hard. And just like, again, like I never thought I could hate a coach more than I didn't like Dan Bylsma. But here we are. I would take Dan Bylsma back in a heartbeat. I would take Phil Housley back in a heartbeat. And just, I'm blown away by this. How bad it's gotten, guys. I mean, I don't want to yell anymore. I don't want to be the guy that when like I tweet out, hey, going live in 15 minutes, everybody flocks to hear me just lose my freaking mind. Like, I just want to watch a winning competitive hockey team. And we have all the pieces in place. I was so excited to start this year. I was so optimistic that finally we have a team that's going to be able to score. I had faith in Linus Ullmark, and he's backed that up. Linus Ullmark has backed that up. Even though he's hurt now, he backed that up for us. That he can be good enough to win if we could just score more. And this BS system you trot out there about principles and staying within the principles of the system, this defensive hockey. Newsflash, Ralph Krueger, you don't have the players in place defensively to play defensive hockey. Like, stop it. Go all out offensively. Just stack your top two lines and hope for the best in the bottom six. You're getting so much out of guys like Tobias Reeder. You know, even Riley Sheehan. Curtis Lazar is always going to be the guy that hustles. Just worry about your top six and just hope that your bottom six can just be that. That's where your defense comes from. You can pop a few goals in here and there from them. Like, it just blows my mind that you took a guy like Jeff Skinner, scored 40 on Jack's side, and you neutered him. Taylor Hall made him believe that he was going to come in here and play with Jack. And they're going to put up these crazy numbers. We all believed it. And now he's in the second line with Eric Stahl and Kyle Okposo tonight. Kyle Okposo. Like, in my top six, I forgot Dylan Cousins. Dylan Cousins is the top six for me, too. That's how impressive he's been. So, like, it's just comical at this point, guys. It's comical. You know, I don't really know how to explain it anymore. It's comical at this point. Yeah, you know, again, right there. I wish we could band together and force change, but I really just don't think they care. They see the money that they have coming in from the Bills, and it's like the Sabres are the redhead stepchild in the back seat of the car. Both windows are open in the middle of winter. That's what we are right now. That's what the Sabres are right now to them. They don't care. Kim Pukulo, where's your Sabres podcast? Are you afraid of Sabres fans? Are you afraid of taking calls from Sabres fans, answering questions from Sabres fans? Are you terrified? Because if you are, then maybe you shouldn't be the VP of hockey operations or the president of hockey. Maybe you should put somebody in place to handle those hockey decisions. I know I've already said it, but it's true. It's so true. Yeah, look at the current status of the arena. It does say it all. It's garbage. You had a year off where you couldn't hold a single event in the arena, and you didn't do anything to take care of any of it. Same seats, same garbage sound system. You know, it's just like same garbage concession prices. How do you guys honestly believe you're going to get 2,000 fans in that arena? That's interesting. Right now, that's interesting. Because as much as I'm dying to watch my team play a live hockey, to be there live, I am not going to subject myself to that. So I love you guys. And I'm like, literally my voice is gone. And I don't know, you know, what it's going to take to turn this around other than, you know, completely cleaning house with this coaching staff. Hire a guy like Claude Julien, hire Bruce Boudreau, a guy who, like, Rasmus Dahlin's regressed, Eichel's regressed. Taylor Hall is a shell of himself. Like, these guys aren't producing 5-on-5. Jeff Skinner scored 32 goals, 5-on-5 when he played on Jack's wing out of his 40. 32 or 5-on-5. He's still analytically one of the best 5-on-5 players in this organization in the league. And you subject him to playing Riley Sheehan and Curtis Lazar, guys who, you know, honest to God, one you signed off the street before the season started, didn't have a team. And Curtis Lazar love him, God bless him, but like he might be in the AHL on most other teams, and it's a fact. Not a fact, but an opinion. And I love Curtis Lazar. I love what he brings to the table. Yeah, I kind of do miss Housley. Like, I do miss Housley. I do. Look what he got out of Rasmus Dahlin. 84 points in his first 2 seasons, and his second season was shortened. Like he was becoming everything we wanted him to become. And yeah, I miss Ted Nolan as much as crap as he would get for not being a systems guy. He didn't have a system. I don't know what he did do. He got the most out of mediocrity. He got players that skate through a freaking wall for him. He got people to believe in him. And that's one of the coach's biggest jobs, is to get the players to believe in him and then believe in winning and then believe in the culture. And it's clear as day Ralph Krueger isn't that guy. I do miss Ted Nolan just for that reason specifically. Look at how, I put out a post yesterday about who would win right now in a 7-game series. The roster that we put on the ice yesterday without Jack Eichel and Carter Hutton in net, or the tank team. Most of you said the tank team, and it's a fact. Like, the tank team, 100% the tank team. And you know what I mean? Like, you had all these pieces in place to, post Murray. You still had Ryan. I can't even get it over. Like, I can't get over that we're still trying. Ryan O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly. Excuse me. Ryan O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly is a Stanley Cup. As happy as can be, found in love for the game, and we are here in hockey purgatory, hockey hell. Just to know if there's any end in sight. We won our trade, all right. Winning that means your entire fan base hates you and wants to do a nosedive off a cliff. Yeah, I know. Thanks, Dave. Bogo. I mean, Bogo, it is what it is. We saw what Bogo brought to the table. It wasn't overly impressive. I'm not mad about Bogo. I don't think Evander Kane wanted to be here. Evander Kane didn't want to be here. This is getting lengthy, guys. All right, I love you all. Maybe we get some good news tomorrow. Maybe we get some good news and a coaching change. Maybe remember that day where they had Nolan and LaFontaine next to each other on that stage, and we all felt so good about the direction of this organization, and it's just gone downhill from there after they've annihilated Pat LaFontaine and axed Ted Nolan. It's just been, I wish the organization showed the same energy and passion as I do about this hockey team, because it's just not there. They hide in their house in Florida. They don't care. Again, guys, I don't mean to drag this out. This has gone on too long. But before we go, gotta plug the ad read. Support for Two Goalies, One Mic is brought to you by Manscaped. Who are the best in men's below-the-waist grooming? Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Those family jewels that, Terry's are currently in Kim's purse. Kevin Adams, too. They obsess over the technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. Manscaped is trusted by over 2 million men worldwide. Join the movement for all your below-the-waist grooming needs. And hopefully, you guys check that out. 20% off your entire purchase when you use the code word Trainwreck, all capital letters, TRAINWRECK. That's code word Trainwreck, all capital letters, 20% off and free shipping. So love you guys. Hopefully we get some good news tomorrow. Thanks for, joining me. I think we'll call this I'll Hang Up and Listen. That's all right. Well, I'll hang up and listen. Love you guys.